man of extreme talent. I can't even see where he's sitting, so I'm hoping he's in the audience. Will you welcome to the stage, please? Man, Frankie!
Tim, I want to thank you for your support. I'll always wear it. Now, today is a very, very special day. Do you know, a year ago today, Amy Winehouse stopped drinking. You paid a lot of money to listen to this rubbish, haven't you? Okay, now, I've had a bloody good week, actually, because I was in the supermarket doing my shopping, and as I went up to the checkout, I had one bread roll, I had a small tin of beans, I had 2 eggs, and a couple of rashers of bacon. And the girl said to me at the checkout, she says, "You're a single bloke, ain't you?" I said, "Yes." "How do you know?" She said, "Because you're an ugly fucker." But you know, oh no, please, I'm not a well man. On the way out, I saw this woman. I couldn't believe it. She stumbled over as our eyes met and blow me down one of her eyes. She shed this glass eye and it fell out. And I grabbed it quick and I said, "Here, love," I said, "Look, I can understand. Let's shuffle over to where the ladies' room is." I said, "And that'll save you embarrassment." So over we've gone, and she comes out. She said, "I want to thank you very, very much for this." I said, "Oh, that's all right." She said, "Come on, I'm going to buy you a coffee." I thought, "Yeah, I'll have some of that." And then she said, "I want to take you to dinner for all this." I thought, "Yeah, I'll have some of that too." And we went to this very, very expensive restaurant, and I'll never forget it because she had chicken breasts. But she had a nice personality, I mean, looks on it. And I'm not getting paid for this, you know. What do you want for bloody nothing? Anyway, she said, "Do you want to come back to my place tonight?" I said, "Cool, yeah, I'll have some of that." So we went back to her place. And I had a fantastic night, and the next morning I said, "Do you treat all the blokes you meet like this?" She said, "No, not at all." She said, "It's just you caught my eye." No, you see, every place, so don't laugh at me, I'm very sensitive. No, my wife used to laugh at me, but she ran off with my best friend in the end, and I really miss him. But Anyway, where was I? Yeah. So it reminded me of my childhood and my father. Now, my father was a very, very proud man, and I remember when I was very young, he'd sit me down on his lap, and with tears welling in his eyes, he'd look very lovingly at me, and he'd say to me, "Gladys," because he was a very proud man. He had problems seeing and he wouldn't admit it. So eventually he went to the doctors and they had to remove one of his eyes. You can see why that girl was so special, don't you? So anyway, they had to remove one of his eyes. And I'll never forget, he'd taken me to the doctors one day and he said to the doctor, he said, "Here, doctor," he said, "any chance you can drill a hole in this glass eye?" And the doctor said, "Well, what do I want to do that for?" He said, "'Cause I can't see bugger all through it." But you know, I've got a very unusual family. Now my granddad, here, Tim, you all responsible or something? Anyway, my granddad, he was 87 when he died, and just a few years before he died, he went along to the doctor, he said, "Doctor," he said, "I want you to prescribe me some of that Viagra." And the doctor said, "Viagra? What the hell do you want that for, you silly old sod?" He said, "Well, I've just got a new girlfriend, she's 32, she's coming round Saturday night and I want to be able to rise to the occasion." And the doctor said, "Have you any idea the effect that bloody stuff can have on the heart?" And my granddad says, "Well, if she dies, she dies." Anyway, so I'm not laughing at the old jokes, it's just you paid a lot of money to listen to this crap. Oh dear. So anyway, he's come back into the doctors and he's got a very pained expression on his face, and the doctor said to him, he said, "You silly old sod," he said, "you did your back in, didn't you?" He said, "No, I've done my wrist, she never showed up." You know, I've got me. No, really, I have now. My dad's brother, Uncle Sid, right? Now, he was a prisoner of war during World War II. He got shot down and he got captured by the Germans. And he's in the hospital, and the commandant comes up to him and he says, I have to tell you, we will have to amputate your left leg from the knee down. And my Uncle Sid said, well, is there any chance that you, when you go on a bombing mission with the Luftwaffe, you can stick it in the plane and drop it over England? And the old commandant says, well, I don't see why, but if it makes you happy, yeah, we'll do this. Anyway, he's come back the following day, and don't laugh at me, Mrs. Please. Anyway, he's come back the following day, he says, I have to tell you, we will have to amputate all of the left leg. And my Uncle Sid said, well, he said, when the Luftwaffe bombs Britain, can you drop my leg? Yeah, if it makes you happy and it makes you feel good, yeah, we will do this. So, following day, he comes in and he says, I have to tell you, gangrene set in, and we will have to amputate both the legs. So, my Uncle Sid said, is there any chance you, and the commandant says, not on your life. And my Uncle Sid said, why? He says, because we think you're trying to escape, bit by bit. Right, okay. You paid a lot of money to listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You've been wonderful. Mad Frankie will remember me.
Right, put your hands together. Mad Frankie Waller! Classic. Brilliant tune. We're nearly at the end of the first act, you'll be able to go for a piss and a beer, which is great. Right, I thought I'd tell you from my